From the field into the boardroom, Kate Woods, former national field hockey captain, adds her name to the list of sports stars who have transitioned from the field to corporate in South Africa. In March, Woods, a mom of three-time Olympian and winner of gold at the Masters Hockey World Cup last year, was announced as the new GM for Adidas. Vaylen Kirtley spoke to her about the new role and where she sees the role of women in corporate sport leadership.
Adidas believes that sport has the power to change lives, and I've personally lived that firsthand. And so to now call this my job and a career is truly amazing. So a nice journey to come still, I hope, ahead of me, a daunting one, taking the reins. I feel a lot of pressure, but I also feel truly honored to fulfill this role.
You are used to the pressure that comes with performing at the highest stage at the Olympic Games for the country, but the kind of pressure in the boardroom now, leading a brand like Adidas as their general manager, that must be a different kind of pressure, or do you see it as very similar?
Good question. I guess it is different pressures, but at the same time, I do feel like the leadership learnings that I've gathered on the sports field can very seamlessly be transitioned into the workplace. It's just a different arena, but the principles, I guess, apply. And certainly my leadership style is one that I've adopted from the sports field. Teamwork is everything. I think the ability to know your role in the team and to deliver your strengths every single day, to win and lose together, to handle the pressure, the setbacks, to adopt feedback, to be better. Again, focus on the controllables and handle the pressure that comes. I think knowing you've got a team around you certainly helps. I'm not doing this alone. I certainly don't attribute the loss or the success to myself. It's a team effort, and that's the case on the sports field. So I think a lot of principles are transitioned into the workplace. But yeah, it's a new arena with different KPIs. I wish I was out there following a ball, but I'm going to do my best in the workplace.
So then what is the secret sauce that you managed to get it right on a number of different levels, in a male-dominated space, in transitioning from being an athlete into this corporate career, and then, of course, also just being able to succeed in the field that you are, and juggling family, a marriage, friendships, and then even being active as a master athlete?
Thank you. I'm really not sure I've got the answer. I question myself daily. I'm actively learning every single day and juggling. But I think just as it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a network to foster and support a female leader. So at home, I've got the right support with my husband and my mom and my kids, and to make sure that we protect the most important thing, which is my family. I think also my husband has realized that sport is a huge part of my life. And so for it to disappear now would be tough. I don't think I'd be a happy human. And so creating time to still play at whatever level. And yes, I've transitioned into Masters hockey, and it was absolutely fantastic to be a part of the World Cup that we hosted last year in South Africa, with over 1,000 hockey players coming to Cape Town and playing. So to be still involved in the sport I love, I think brings a lot of enjoyment and release and time with friends on the sports field. And then at work, again, I'm definitely just one part of the whole team, and to have a really supportive team behind me, one that's ambitious, we share the same visions, and really respectful culture at work. I think this also helps in that. And so it is really the balancing act across all. I'm not sure there's one right answer. I think everyone needs to find their own. But yeah, as I mentioned, I think, for Adidas, the role that we can play, I think is so important. And it's starting with us at grassroots level. So our investments into foundational sport at foundational levels, to lower the barriers that exist, to make sure that it's a place for both her and him to thrive, and to make safe spaces. So there's a lot of partners that we're working with to just foster the power that sport can bring to one's life. And then to hopefully support throughout their journey.
The fact that Kirsty Coventry won the seat to be the new Olympic president, it also seems as if just globally that is changing. The tide is almost, you guys have been pushing for so long, but do you feel like the tide is finally changing for women, especially in sport leadership positions?
I think so. That was really an inspirational moment for me to see Kirsty take that seat. I mean, it's historical in its 100 and odd years history of the IOC to see a female African take the presidency. It's truly incredible. I can't wait to see what she's going to do. But I think at this time, I think the world needs a little bit more nurturing leadership and different perspectives. And I think, be it in sport, or in the workplace, I think that is what the world is starting to see and sort of foster and want more of. Always balanced, of course, but yeah, that was a catalyst moment, and I think the world has certainly woken up to women in sport across multiple sporting codes. Long may that last, and may it only get stronger.